Breaking news with Paul Toole.
Hello and a very warm welcome. The Cal League, the first Crip softball league in Los Angeles, presents its coffee table book of 500 Black Unity pictures by author L.A. Nutt. The Cal League uplifting families, communities and ending the sickness of gang violence that has plagued black communities for over 50 years. The Cal League players, former Crips on 11 teams, backed by their communities, create a safer environment for all LA communities. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.
What makes you righteous? You see, I don't smoke, I don't drink. I won't fornicate and I won't commit adultery. I don't smoke dope. And I say all my prayers every day. And I give whatever I can in charity. And what else do you do? But what do you mean, what else? Is there something else? That's nothing. That's vanity. So you don't smoke, so what? So you don't drink. You don't use drugs. So what? What are you doing to better the condition of others? What are you doing to reform where you live? And if you do nothing to reform society with the knowledge you have received, then you are guilty of concealing knowledge. And that is a cardinal sin.
Hey, welcome to the show. I'm your host, man, Dr. Crip. Welcome back. We back on the map. Please like, subscribe, share, and let everybody know that, man, we back up in this joint, man. You know, we just chilling right now today, man. It's Friday. I hope everybody out there is feeling good, doing their thing. You know, we back with the same agenda, man. You know, no more in 24. Let's end the sickness. Are we tired of our kids out here dying? We tired of these mothers out here dying, crying for their kids that's out here cold on the pavement. It's a lot going on out here, man. So, you know, we just trying to get it right, man. All we doing is trying to get it right, man. We hope that everybody that's out here doing gang intervention and prevention work is succeeding in some fashion or form, man. It doesn't matter if you've been doing it 40 years ago, 20 years ago, or you started yesterday. As long as you contribute to the ending of the sickness, it's all that matter. That's all we care about, is that you get up and participate in the sickness, whether it's talking to your neighbor, whether it's going to the park, playing with the kids, talking to the kids up in the park. You know, gang prevention, man, starts at an early age. We know you ain't got to run out there and holler at the kids that's 16, 17, 18. They can be scary. We know they can be scary, but we need you to holler at 8, 9, and 10, man, and 11 and 12. You got to say something to them. Brother, what you doing? Man, let me holler at y'all, man. What y'all got going? Y'all know about trades or any of that? You just got to pull these kids to the side, man, and try to break their mind free of that gang violence. You know what? I used to have a little homie, right? One of my little homies that you be seeing all on the videos and everything. when he joined the hood, he was adamant about his little brother not joining the hood. I remember distinctly one day they were playing, yeah, you gonna be from the hood too, this and that. And he got hot. He was like, nah, my brother ain't finna be from the hood. Woo, 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 woo. He was like, nah, he ain't with this. He ain't finna do none of that. And his little brother couldn't say nothing. He was just sitting there watching him. And then after the situation, I was like, man, you gonna join the hood? You thinking about joining the hood later down the line? He was like, nah, man, shit, I'm trying to make something of myself. I was like, oh, you listening to your brother? He like, yeah. I said, yeah, your brother love you, bro. I said, the fact that your brother told you that, and then two more of the dudes that used to hang with his little brother came over there and started listening. I was like, man, the fact that your brother told you that, man, mean a whole lot, man. I said, he telling you right now, man, don't join no gang, bro. Don't do it. He don't want you to be part of no gang, man. Do not join no gang. And the other little dudes that was watching, I think they kind of paid attention to it too. And I was like, man, don't none of y'all need to be joining the gang. All y'all need to find out something different, man. All you dudes need to see what it is that y'all could do to do something different, man. But yeah, like I said, man, this is Friday. A lot of stuff take place on Friday, man. And let me see. I got a guest on the phone, man. He been on here listening, and his time is valuable. And I want to welcome him to the show because he has something for me on Friday. So I want to welcome him to the show. He calling from the prison system, man. So we want to welcome this dude in. You on there, bro? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on there. How you doing? What's up, Doc? How you doing?
All right, what's going on, man? You know what I'm saying? Just let the people know who you are, man. Just give us a name, man.
Yeah. For those that don't know me, my name is Miles from Athens.
Oh, okay.
The reason why I called today, but I'm also, my religion is Islam, I'm a Muslim, and today is Juma Friday. Like church for Muslims is on Sunday.
Oh.
Church for Christians on Sunday.
Yeah.
Muslims have Friday service, which is Juma means the day of congregation. So today, unfortunately, they didn't have Juma services today, and it was on my heart because we always congregate with the brothers. It's a beautiful thing that so many groups, as far as gangs is concerned, when it's Juma Friday, we all come together and we in there for the sole purpose of glorifying Allah. We all have this one common bond. This is something that we share, and nothing ever happens. But today, like I said, they didn't have services. The program was kind of messed up, and we didn't have Juma. And I just wanted to talk, since you have this podcast, I wanted to get a brothers, because we have brothers from all neighborhoods. Every neighborhood has Muslims.
That's right.
Had Crips. And, I'm still here in the prison system. I'm going on 20 years, but, it's always, nothing is ever going to be easy in life. Without adversity, we wouldn't know relief. So I've been doing my thing in here as far as maintaining my deen and growing in the religion. But for the most part, it's all about character for me. And like I said, when we have the services, it don't matter where you from. Brothers in it, we all brothers. And
how do you?
The next brother.
Hey, Miles, not to cut you off, how do you spell Juma?
Juma is J-U-M-U-A-H.
J-U-M.
No. J-U-M-U-A-H.
U-A-H. Juma.
J-U-M.
Yes.
Yeah.
U-A-H.
Anyway, that's that is
no, because what I was doing is I was typing it so it could be seen on the screen and letting them know what you was calling in about. You feel me? Juma service.
J-U-M. Yeah, Jumuah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, I just wanted to give a shout out to the brothers that are Muslim, Bloods and Crips out there. You know, this is another thing too. When I heard you say something about it's not where you're from, it's where you at.
Exactly.
And regardless of where you from, you know, it's crazy that so we all from somewhere. And I was listening to you talk. We all from somewhere, but with some things, especially some kind of negative behavior, there's always a negative that comes with it. Sometimes when, especially if we're doing something that is a contradiction to something good for it. But anyway, so like I said, it's been a ongoing process of being on my team, but brothers who have a common bond, which is, you know, for the Muslim is glorifying Allah. We all end up being brothers under this banner. And I just wanted to give a shout out to the brothers that's out there still going through struggle. We going through it in here.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to all the Muslim brothers, the Crips and Bloods that's Muslims out here, man. I didn't know Friday was the service like that. So yeah, maybe we can do this every Friday. Mouse, what you think about that? Call in and we could do something for the homies, the Crips and Blood homies that's Muslim. You know, they could come in and tap in with you.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't mind doing it, right? If you allow me. But,
yes, most definitely.
Allow me to.
Hey,
I
man.
would like to open up.
Yeah.
Call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
So when we start a service in Islam, we open up with the Al-Fatiha, which is the first chapter in the Quran. It's called the oft-repeated verse, but it says, Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, Ihdina siratal mustaqim, siratal ladina an'amta alayhim, ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. And that is, in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, praise be to God, the cherisher and sustainer of the world, most gracious, most merciful, master of the day of judgment, be we worship and thine aid we seek. Show us the straight way, the way of those on whom thou hast bestowed thy grace, those whose portion is not wrath, and who go not astray. This is how we open the service.
Okay.
It's like the preamble for Alcoholics Anonymous meeting.
Yes.
But this is how you start the service. So
okay.
If we're going to do this on Jumu'ah Friday, I don't mind, as long as you allow me to open up so the brothers.
Man.
Like, I'll
yeah.
my way of, connecting with the other brothers out there.
Exactly.
With our Fatiha, and we can talk about anything.
Exactly. That's right, bro. Hey, listen, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. You feel me? Yeah. I got a couple of people that tapped in, RW, Westside Life. They always good. Let's see what they got a question on here. Maybe we can help answer some of the questions. It says, hey, Dr. Crip, ending the sickness over here. I think it's real important. Your story and others are told. Very powerful. So, that is very powerful, that people can get on here and tell their stories of power because, I've been knowing you for a long time. Western Avenue, Queen XC. I've been knowing you for a long time, brother. So, it's good to hear you. Basically, we picking up from where we left off the last time. And that's good that you tap it in, and that you will be tapping in on Fridays from now on, with Juma service for the other brothers that's out there that's watching. And I got questions, and if anybody else got any questions, I'm pretty sure they're gonna ask them. But I because it's a lot of powerful homies out there that's Muslims, that's Crips, and that's Bloods. You feel me? They powerful for real. Professor Dalmu always remind me of of the situation like that. But it's very important. So, like Westside Life said, is your important. I think it's really important your story and others. So I know you got a story. Tell me, since it's Juma Friday, so that's like, so we can do like testimonies too. You can talk about stuff too, right?
Right.
So how long have you been a Muslim?
Well, I took my declaration of faith, which is my shahada, back in believe it or not, it was back in 1994.
Okay.
And it was like this was a time in my life I was banged out at the time, so I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah.
And but I knew that it was kind of messed up because my behavior, my negative behavior, was what I was supposed to be a part, got me in prison.
Yeah.
And I was going through that. I was always with the activities, with all of the violence and all of that shit. But at the end of the day, I said, man, I'm not caused myself a disservice.
Yeah.
So I met this brother, and I don't know if I told you this, but Muslim name is Jihad Abdul Saman. One of the brothers gave me his name back then in the early 90s because he saw that I was struggling with something with myself. What that roughly translated is striving for the eternal.
Yeah.
A struggle that I was going through because I always knew that a lot of the things that I was doing bad, I was so much better than that. You know what I mean? I was raised by both my grandparents. They were giving me game, but it was like me.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
You know, it was me that had to live that life, and my bad choices had negative consequences to them.
Yeah.
So I took my shahada back. Then, but that was no small undertaking. Because I had to deal with the homies with that shit.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
And, hey, listen, the phone is about to hang up.
Hey, don't worry about that. When it hang up, just call back. Just keep talking till they cut you off, bro, and call back. We here. We ain't going nowhere. You feel me?
Yeah. But I want you to know this, though. Islam is just another thing. It's just like Christianity. Everybody, and this is another thing, right? Everybody is from. This is why what you said resonated with me about everybody is from somewhere. It's where you at.
Yeah.
Like I said, deep in my heart, I always knew that I was so much better than the wrong that I was doing. Especially when I lost my freedom, I was struggling with that.
They cut him off. So he'll call back again, and he was telling this story. That's Mouse from Anthony's Park calling in from prison, man. You know, I get a lot of homies calling me from prison and everything. And a lot of them, you know, some of them still on they need their medicine, man. You know what I'm saying? So they call, I talk to them. Some of them ain't ready to be on. Some of them ready to be on. You know, it's all a matter of, you know, who it is that I'm talking to. But, you know, I've been knowing Mouse for, 20-some years. You know what I'm saying? So, and the way that he transformed by being in prison, you got to let brothers like that get theirs on, because this is their medicine, and it's important that they release that, and he got a lot of stuff going on, man. We just hope that this dude get out of prison. We just hope that when he get out of prison, that he can get a lot of stuff going on because he got a lot to do. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So what I was saying about this being no small undertaking, making that transition, it wasn't really a transition because, like I just said, everybody is from somewhere.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna always be from Athens. I'm born and raised there. That's where people know me from. But understand this, if not anything else. Like you just said, everybody is from somewhere. It's where you at.
It's where you at. You're right.
Where you at. I was first introduced to gang life, before that, it was more about looking out for your family and your neighborhood, your block, your immediate neighborhood. That's what it was really all about. And I don't know how, I really don't even understand how this sickness came about and where we ended up killing each other and all of that behind a color. That's another thing that I always like. How did I even get myself involved in something like that? Because what Islam has done for me now is it made me want for the next man what I want for myself.
Yes.
I want people to be happy and live and be successful. And this is something that we all entitled to. So if you're doing something that's a contradiction to that, robbing somebody, shooting, killing somebody, you're doing them a disservice.
Yeah.
You're violating their rights. You're taking something from them. This is what I always say about it, Crip. I was telling my relative this girl about, you hear the saying all the time about there's no honor amongst thieves.
Yeah.
But I know that because of Islam, every time I go over there to the service and congregate with the brothers, it just seems like all of that gang shit go out the door. So, again, like I say, everybody from somewhere is where you at. So if besides religion, I'm more into character. I can see if you're a good person or a scumbag. That's one thing I learned in prison at an early age, at an early stage in my prison history, was how to be a good judge of character.
Yeah.
But a lot of times we really don't pay attention to this. This is another part of sickness. It's like Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
For women who are in abusive relationships. Why would you continue to mess with somebody that you know mean you no good? It's another aspect of the sickness of that lifestyle. So anyway, but listen, it warms my heart to be able to go to the masjid, and now I'm in prison. We'll call it the masjid, and there's a bunch of brothers in there who said all of their differences behind them, and came there for one purpose, which is to glorify Allah, God, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to make this a religion thing, but it is good that we can come together. But we need to get back to that, because that shows strength in us as individuals as well. If you have the wherewithal to overlook your affiliation, your homies, and like, man, I'm gonna go to church, Juma services, whatever, with some brothers that's about doing something positive.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Go ahead. When you first came into Islam and it was on the street or was in prison or in jail?
I was in prison.
Oh, you was in prison. Okay. How was the transition process with Islam and being in prison with the politics and all the other stuff? Because, we may hear about stuff like that, because we know it's a lot of powerful homies that's Muslims, and, they get out, and they be on a Muslim tip, and they still, not all the way indulge into gang violence, but they still have that swag, and you could tell that they don't want to like really do battle. You know what I'm saying? It's about trying to work out problems, that may come about. I never see really too many homies try to press a line. I'm talking about real homies that's Muslim. Now you got fake ones. You feel me? Just like you got fake Christians and everything. I see them eating pork and all that. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about homies that's real Muslims. You feel me? That get out and be like, oh man, these dudes down the street want to funk. And I seen a couple. I'm like, what's going on? What was the situation about before the actual action take place? And I think that's a step towards the positive, because usually a person wouldn't even ask, like, let's just gather up homies and go down there. But I see that they man, what's going on? What was the problem? What was the situation? Let me call one of my folks from down there. You know what I'm saying? I see that a lot with the Muslims, homies. You feel me? So my question is, how was the transition for you? Was it hard? Was it easy?
Well, let me just say this first of all, because I was a Christian. I was born in the church. I was baptized around
okay.
In Mount St. Paul Missionary Baptist Church on 132nd and San Francisco.
Okay.
But anyway, I ended up, and we're talking about transition.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
In my preteens, I started messing with the homies and stopped going to church. And that led me down the road of criminal activity, and I ended up going to prison. And I'm not taking nothing away from Christianity, but it just didn't really, I didn't really get into it like that. You know, and getting the Holy Ghost and all that. Something that I didn't really feel that strongly about. Not to take anything with Christianity. Because I learned a lot. My granny knew they founding members of the church. So like I said, I was born in the church. But so my absence from religion, the point I'm trying to make is when I separated myself from religion, which is just a way of life, or just doing the right thing and being a righteous person, but the religion teaches what religion teaches us about all of those things that happened before, the negative consequences behind doing wrong, and all of these stories. It's like something to deter you from doing wrong. So it's all good. And like I said, because I separated myself from the church and started running the streets with the homies, I ended up going to prison, a transitional part in my life. And like I say, I met one of the brothers. He happened to, and this is, like I said, I always felt that a lot of the wrong that I was doing, any wrong that I was doing, I always felt I was so much better than that. But this brother, Muslim brother from the Bay Area, he happened to take notice of my character. Not like I'm some hell of a person, but he saw something in me that I wish the homies would have saw in me and tried to try to guide us in the right direction.
Yeah.
So we don't make bad choices. This was somebody that was not geographically affiliated with me. He went from LA, from way in the Bay Area, but he saw something and started talking to me. That was my introduction to Islam. So I ended up taking my Shahada close to a year after being introduced to it, and it wasn't a bad transition because we got some homies that's Christians too. They go into services on the yard and all of that, so it wasn't a big thing. What was difficult for me was trying to learn the religion in prison because of the simple fact that I'm in a gated community, and two, it's all my peers are criminals. That's why I say there's no honor amongst thieves. So, I'm in here subject to whatever goes on outside my cell. So this is something because I can't expect for everybody to be good people. All I can do is from what I've learned in the religion, not just Islam, because Islam came after Christianity, but I've learned from Christianity and Islam about, like I said, character, being a good, righteous person. These are things that I value today. And like I said, I want for the next man what I want for myself, and I try to show that by my character. But I'm telling you, like I say, I'm saying this again, and this is how it was no small undertaking. Being in prison and trying to be a religious person, it's just, you know what I mean?
It's a struggle.
Like they say, it's a struggle. Because just say, for instance, like if it go up on the yard, you can't not participate in no racial riot because you a Muslim or a Christian. Oh, I don't do that. It's behind some drug or something and all of that. You know what I mean? I'm not getting in that. No, you can't do that because you will end up murdered just like whoever else laid out there in the blood.
Wow.
So anyway, like I said, man, it's about and I don't want to make this. I really appreciate the opportunity and suggesting that we do a show for Juma Friday. Because
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Because like we agree, there's so many Muslim Bloods and Crips as well as Christians.
Man, you got a lot of homies that's Muslim, Bloods, Crips, everything. And what needs to be done is that they need to get together with the Christian homies, you feel me, who believe in the Bible, Crips and Bloods that believe in the Bible, and they need to form their own board, so to speak, you know, to reach everybody else, because we need to get homies more spiritually involved. You feel me? Because we got homies that, you know, that talk the crazy talk, you know. But we got homies that need to understand about love and respect and all that other stuff, how far it can go to help you, you know, gain that mental stability that we all need, homie. So I'm proud to have you call in on Fridays. We could just say it's we can call it Juma Fridays with Dr. Crip and Mouse or whatever. We'll figure out a name later. But as of right now, you know, with
let me say this real quick. I don't want to cut you off, but let me say this though. If anyone pretends to be a Muslim, all Muslims believe in the Bible as well.
Yes.
Yeah. If you think of lying, go to Surah 2 Al-Baqarah in the Quran 177 in the Holy Quran. It mentions about that. It says, I'll kind of give you a little bit of it. It says, it is not righteousness that you believe, that you turn your face towards east or west, but it's righteousness that you believe in Allah and the books. This is the second one. These are like 7 articles of faith, but the second one is the books. The books are the Bible, the Torah, the Injil, Old New Testament. These are the books that came before. It's not so all Muslims believe in those books.
You know what's a trip to me is that so when you were on the street, you were basically a Christian, and then you went to jail and you found Islam, and that what has helped you to become the person you are to this day.
That's absolutely right.
Okay. So what I like about that is that it's not about who, what, where. It's about the now. Like you said, it ain't about where you from. It's about where you at now. And where you at now, have you ever had to deal with homies that, you know, don't respect what you're doing or give you a problem?
No, absolutely not. I was actually the Muslim chaplain's assistant in another prison before. I was running the Juma services, giving sermons, giving the kufas. I even did the Eid prayers when during the holy month of Ramadan. And mind you, this is the brothers in there are all from all affiliations, but Bloods and Crips. So if nobody want to say anything about that.
Oh yeah.
Nobody want to try to make nobody want to try to make some funk with me behind something like that that's gonna bring some people together. You had that whole building on your ass.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he hung up. He hung up right now. One move away, he gonna call back. One move away. What's going on? Hey, Dr. Crip, no more in 24. You getting your message across. I see a lot of podcasters talking your talk. Well, listen, let's hope that everybody is talking the talk of ending gang violence, ending kids being put on gangs. I mean, let's hope everybody is on that accord, because that is most important, that you end the recycling of games, which is the initiation process, because we know what's happening after the initiation process. So we don't want those kids to come to be like that, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't want those kids to have to this is him calling back.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and well, I was answering a question from one of the people that had tapped in. It was one move away. They said, "Hey, Dr. Crip, no more in 24. You getting your message across. I see a lot of podcasters talking your talk." So I was saying that that's good, because we don't want any kids to be joining gangs. That's our movement, to end gang violence, far as no more initiation, no more in 24. We hoping that all the gangs, the Crips and Bloods especially, take advantage of what we talking about, man, because this is one thing that if they can agree to that and put that on their agenda and get that done, we done took a whole step forward, man, because we can move forward in so many ways and then take a bunch of steps back. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you a question. How do you feel about the Kendrick Lamar situation, about the movement? Does the prison, do they know about all that stuff that's going on? Did they hear about all that? Talk to us about that.
Well, we got TVs in here.
Yeah.
We have TVs, and then we had these tablets now, and they have new streaming services and all that.
Yeah.
You can just gotta pay for it, but anyway. So we abreast at the current events and all that, but we even saw that the Kendrick Lamar, that pop-up concert he did on the news. It was on the news.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And it's good that and it's a beautiful thing to see as many people do it. But I saw just a little clip that I saw on the news, like over 1,000 people out there, man. You know what I mean? So if you have the ability to bring people out just, for a rap video, that's still a positive thing. And it's good that brother, man, give a big shout out to Kendrick Lamar for the work he's doing out there to bring our people together and not just blacks, but the Hispanics as well. They out there as well.
Yeah.
I heard a little something, but listen to this, man. You know what I mean? Everybody got places, we just need to stay in them. And if that brother has the wherewithal to do what he's doing to bring people together, hey, nobody's gonna be. It's like there's more inclusion than exclusion out there on the streets now. Everybody want to be a part of something. So here it is. He's bringing all of these people together. Who doesn't want to be a part of something so large that has a profound effect on the community out there?
Yeah.
Opposed to us, when we not together like that, we out there still killing each other.
Yeah.
So again, like I say, man, big ups to Kendrick Lamar, man. You know what I mean? I don't know if I told you this, but that was my uncle that was at Tam Suge Knight ran over and killed. I'm still in here with that, but yeah, that was my uncle. You know what I mean? So I saw on the news.
Terry Carter. Terry Carter.
Yeah, I just saw that. I saw on the news that they put his mirror up there. We need to try to get my uncle mirror up there too. Yeah.
Oh wow, that would be big. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure. Or everything. So I hope somebody listening be like, look, we just heard Miles from Athens talk about Uncle Terry Carter this Western. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His face needs to be up there too. He lost his life right there.
He lost his life right there. Exactly.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He got some dumb shit though.
Yeah. I was reading about that case. I was reading about that case. His wife and them, they was trying to sue a lot of people, the movie companies and all that. I don't know the status of it, but I know that it was a lot going on with that situation.
That ain't nothing, no.
Yeah. Let me ask you another question. By being a Muslim in prison, when you see your younger homies or some younger Damus come in there that's totally turned up, how do you get at them and to try to change their attitude? And if you do get at them, do you run across any, resistance or anything like that? Because I'm pretty sure that y'all, you see a young dude come in 25, he turned up, F crab this, fuck crab that, or F blood. When I see him, I'm how do you handle those situations?
Like, believe it or not, this is a good question. I don't get any resistance. I don't know if it's my delivery or what, but it's always there. It's always receptive. It's always accepted when I try to give somebody. And I'm gonna give you an example. Right, just the other day, the young Hoover cat, and he had to say somebody just came off the bus, and he didn't want him in there. He was really looking around. Talking to people about the situation because he was finna get on the cat. Like, I want this nigga out of my cell. Because, whatever reason. And so the situation ended up working itself out. They ended up moving the dude from mine. So this is why I approached this youngster from Hoover, right? So he's sitting on the toilet blocking the doorway while this dude that you don't want in his cell was trying to get his stuff and get out. So I said, this is one of these situations where I had to talk to this youngster because it was like one of those situations to where you put yourself in harm's way because you never know what the next man's thinking. So here is this dude that you don't want in your cell trying to get his shit to get out of your cell, and you blocking his way. It's like a form of disrespect. So I call the youngster and say, hey, young boo, check it out. I said, man, you didn't want him in your cell, right? He said, no. I said, all right, look, get out the way and go on and get out the way and let him get his stuff and move. Because I said, you never know what be on the next person's mind is. This cat can roll by you and bounce on you while you're sitting on the toilet acting like you don't care and you disrespecting like you standing at the front door, like get your shit and get out of here. And when I told the youngster that, the message was so well received. He said, thank you, OG, man, you're right, man, because I wasn't even really tripping like that, but that's a situation that could have potentially happened. So the point is, I always, when I talk to people, these youngsters, and whoever for that matter, because sometimes, it's old fools in here too.
Yeah.
It's not just youngsters. Everybody we got some old fools that still with that bullshit. But again, it's how, and I mentioned about character, it's how you behave.
Exactly.
How I approach the situation. I'm well behaved. I'm not aggressive. I'm not disrespectful. I'm the total opposite of that. I'm courteous, and I'm receptive to courtesy. So when we said, thank you, OG, you right, thank you for telling me that, I said, thank you for receiving it like that as well.
I got another question. I got another question. Have you ran across the people that you have the disagreements with on the color barrier? The people that y'all not supposed to like. Have you ever ran across any of those guys that had any resistance? Or a situation that, because you was a Muslim, because they was a Muslim, anything like that?
Like people, you talking about some blood and Crip shit, like I got into with a Crip or something?
Well, when I say Crip, I mean the people that y'all directly don't get along with, Have you ran into any situations like that?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
Not really.
Yeah.
You understand this is not anything else. This is a fresh sentence for me. I've been down 20 years, but
how long would it be 20 years? When would it be 20 years?
In November this year.
Okay, November of this year, you will have been served 20 years in prison.
You're right.
And it's a lot of people that I see right now that's getting out of prison that have done 20 years and some plus, that they fall right back into the same trap, that trying to take over the hood and all this other type of stuff. Is it a lot of people in prison that do they learn anything when they in there? What makes a person get out and think he can take back over the neighborhood after doing 20 years in prison?
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
All that tells me is that they wasn't trying to change. That's one of the situations where they say they stuck in their ways.
They stuck in their ways. Yeah.
But on the other side of the token, there are a lot of people who get out of here and they go back to the neighborhood because they don't have any resources.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like they go back to what they know, what's familiar to them. I'm going back to the hood.
Oh.
Totally overlooking the fact that there's a whole world out there, nothing but air and opportunity to do something. This is one of those things where, like I said about old fools as well as dumb youngsters.
Yeah.
Some people just haven't mentally developed like that. They haven't mentally matured. So that's why they stuck in their ways. Like, I'm going to go back to, and this is another thing too, right, about, our upbringing and the trauma that a lot of us experienced when we were young. It's like, and this is why I said what I said about Stockholm syndrome. It's like we going back to something that is familiar to us. It was an abusive, dysfunctional family home and all of that, and that's the only thing they know, because when you go to prison, after having experienced things like childhood trauma, when you grow up, the behavior carries and it stays with you and when you become an adult. So you're stuck in your ways, you're an adult now, you done did 20, 30 years, you've been in here behaving like that same person that was getting his ass whooped all his life when he was a kid. You still like that in prison. 50, 60 years old, and you still gangbanging. And for people who are like that age, they get out of here, man. Some of them didn't really have a lot of immediate family, so you need not there 20 or 30 years, you get out of here, you don't have any family no more. Everybody's dead, and you wasn't out there long enough to make no kids. A lot of us have, called cases when they were juvenile.
Yeah.
In prison, like I said, 20, 30 years.
Yeah, that is so true.
You don't have no family support, no family to go back to, or even a support system when you get out. On top of that, you have this, you're still working out of this bag that is nothing but the disease.
So
because it's
let me ask you a question. So you got a lot of plans when you get out. What's some of the plans that you got that you want to do when you get out?
Well, I plan on getting in one of them trucks when I get out.
Oh, okay.
People who got job opportunities.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not, I'm a little older, so I don't want to put too much wear and tear on my body, but I do want to do that. The first couple of years after I get out, get behind the wheel of a truck and travel, stay on the move, making money, and not be anywhere stable, to where I got to sit down and not do anything. I want to be able to be on the road, and I'm not trying to say like I don't want nobody to pinpoint.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
but the purpose is for me to spend a couple of years trying to save some money so that I can get myself together and do what I really want to do. You know, I have a passion to do something with at-risk youth when I get out of here.
Yes, yes,
so,
yes.
But like I say, for the most part, you know what I mean, that's what I'm gonna be doing the first couple of years I get out. I'm trying to I'm gonna see if I'm able to obtain my license, my regular Class A license, because you know you can drive a box truck with a Class A license. You know,
yes.
You need no CDL. So you know, if I can just get my L's first, I have an immediate job. I have a job immediately, and that's what I'm gonna be doing. Like I say, for the first couple of years, I probably won't even get me an apartment because I'll be on the road. You know,
yeah.
If I was to get out of here, with my license, that's how it's gonna go. I'm not trying to be.
Well, he's gonna call back, and we're gonna finish with Mouse from Athens, and he's calling in Juma service, kind of testimonial too. But I'm gonna ask him a question, let him wrap it up, you know, because he wants to talk about Juma service. So I'm gonna let him get that in when he calls back. But the basic thing is what we own is you know, no more in 24 with brothers like that, you know, when they get out, that's, you know, truly got peace on their heart. We need a lot of them dudes, and here he go calling back. Let me see.
At the California State Prison, Los Angeles County, Lancaster, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You can finish your statement.
I forgot what I was telling you about.
No worries about it. But you was calling about this is Juma. This is about Juma Friday and the Muslim brothers and the Crips and the Bloods that's Muslim. If they want to tap in just to say hello, they can. But I do know some stuff, and I remember a while ago you was telling me. I just like that story. You don't have to take a whole lot of time to tell the story, but I just like that story. And it's about one of the guys. I'm not quite sure of his name, but he went back to where he was from, and the people had jumped him, and he, you know, his own people, when he went back, he said the ones who want to be Muslim stay, and the ones they don't, just still let them stay. How you were saying it?
I told you about that.
Yeah, it's about one of the names of the who the Islamic names, the people who started it, or one of the guys, Elijah Muhammad. I'm not sure who it is. How he went back to his hometown. It made him the type of person he was.
Oh no, I'm sorry, brother. So you were referring for me for forgetting, because I thought you was talking.
Yeah, I'm not saying it right, but long as I spark your memory, you can clear it up for me.
Hey, look, stop for the lie. Hey, so we're talking about the Prophet Muhammad.
Prophet Muhammad, okay. Yeah.
May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him.
Yes.
But so the Prophet Muhammad was he is the best example of the Muslim.
Yes.
Impeccable character.
And I remember
what I was sharing, and I just said this about character, right? It's not where you're from, it's where you at.
Yes.
What type of person are you? And like I said, so, okay, I'm glad you brought this up. Because look, so the Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, he was from somewhere as well. His family were Quraysh. But when the religion was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad, he'd already been, was a grown man. He was like in his 40s.
Yeah.
40. But anyway, all his life prior to Islam, he had impeccable character.
Yeah.
Even so, when he was a kid, I'm using an example. His grandfather took him on a caravan somewhere to another village somewhere out in Saudi Arabia somewhere, and while they were there, they got a lot of different nationalities, whatever. Everybody, people from everywhere. You have Jews and Christians and all of this, and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, when he was just Muhammad, a regular person, he still had impeccable character. He was a good kid, and he was just a kid during this particular story. But some Jews saw him. They saw him standing there while his grandfather and his uncle was doing business in this market, and the Jews saw him, and then they went over there and told her, because they saw that he was standing by his grandfather, and they went and told him, they said, hey man, I'll take that back. These weren't Jews. He was somebody that knew that the Jews would recognize his good character and consider that a threat. That's what that was. So they saw this good, well-behaved kid while you got all of these other kids running around doing whatever, and this little kid was just standing there waiting for his grandfather and his uncle to finish conducting their business. And these grown men recognized that and told his grandfather, like, you got to secure him before these Jews see him and want to do something to him, because that's a sign that he may be somebody. Basically, I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
Because he was not like a regular kid running around doing, if kids play, he wasn't even like that. So it wasn't until the advent of Ramadan, when the Prophet Muhammad, was around 40 years old, that the first revelation was given to him during the month of Ramadan. But like I said, he was 40 years old and already had that character. So when he established Islam and he migrated to Medina, he established Islam and then came back to his home, which was Mecca. His character was still intact. He wasn't vengeful. He wasn't revengeful. He came back, and they knew that they were outnumbered. They knew they didn't have a leg to stand on. And his terms were, y'all can stay. You don't even have to be a Muslim. And nobody's going to harm you. You can stay in your homes. This is the level of character that I said that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, had. This is something that we should all emulate. It was said that even his enemies, the enemies of Islam, it's not enemies of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. They were enemies of Islam, enemies of one God, ideology of one God. They didn't want that. They were idol worshippers. They were worshiping all kind of idols and stuff. And so they were against that. But anyway, so the people who were against Islam knew that he was such a trustworthy and impeccable person. They would leave their property with him. And he would keep their property, and they'd go wherever they went on some caravan, a journey, and however long it didn't even matter. They knew that when they came back, their property would still be where they left it, which was with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, because he had impeccable character, which we should be trying to emulate. Not just Muslims, but everybody. So I said it's not where you're from. I mean, religion is a way of life, but it's all really about character and what type of person you are. If a person can look at you and tell if you're a good person or a bullshit nigga, excuse my language. but I'm just saying.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah. I found that story fascinating. You know, I never knew that.
Yeah. And pardon me for getting that. We be talking about so much, man. And I my mind.
Hey, but it's good for you to tap in, bro. I'm glad that you tapped in. I'm glad that everything is going forward. I'm hoping that you get out real soon. You know, you coming to the end of a long journey. I'm hoping that when you touch down, that everything that you planning for, making a foundation for, you can build on. You know, and that's what we need. A lot of brothers out here that that's with the business. I don't know who this is. I don't know to say. 4Ring AP. He checking in. Good. Welcome to the show, brother. He got the wheelchair symbol. So I assume that's a young homie, and that's good that he checking in. I'm not gonna say nothing about the wheelchairs, but you know how I feel about the wheelchairs. But it's nothing I can do about it.
What's that emoji?
Yeah, the emoji. How they use the emoji? They use it's for the rolling car now. You know, I assume it's the rolling car that did it. But I don't like it. You know, me personally, I don't like it. You know, and I know a lot of people use it, but it's a wheelchair symbol. You know what I'm saying? Rolling is
disrespectful.
it's not a it could be for the Crip, you know, because half the wheelchair look like a C at the bottom. I don't know what they use it for, but you know, me personally, I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I would never use it. You know, but that just lets you know how times have changed. You know, if you look back to what the Crips and Bloods used to wear back in 69, 70, 71 and all that to present day, you know, that's a story within itself. You know, we could talk about that all day. But I thank that brother for coming on because I feel that he a young guy. So keep tapping in with us, 4Ring AP. Keep on tapping in. You know, I wonder, is that 4A? Is that 4A ring? Could that be 4A? I don't know. But keep tapping in with us, bro, because the more young people that we got on this show, the more young people we know that's listening. So that dude got power. I know he can go out and tell a young dude, man, listen, you're not getting put on this gang today. So that's what we looking for. We want the people with the power to tap in and say no more in 24. You feel me? They not putting nobody else on, and we trying to end the sickness, because if the Bloods and Crips realize that if the gang is over with, then that means that we shouldn't be putting nobody else on. If Crips and Bloods is over with, then why are we still putting people on? We shouldn't put nobody else on. If you didn't make it after 50 years, you ain't making it. You feel me? If you want to be from the hood, if you want to be a Crip now, you want to be a Blood, you got to be 18 with a diploma. Show us that, show us that you can read, write, and you 18, you a grown man, you know? So we got enough dummies getting put on. We got enough people that can't read and write, get on, want to show out with guns and do all kind of dumb stuff, then get in them police holding takes and start telling. You know, we got enough of them dudes. We got that from every bracket, man. It's snitches from 69, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, to 2020 on up, man. Every bracket, you know, is terrible. You know, we're not winning nowhere. Ain't nobody built no banks. Ain't nobody built no hospitals. Ain't nobody built no schools. So it ain't no winners and no brackets. So that's why they don't need no more, you know. But yeah, I do like the fact that you called in. We could do this every Friday, Mal. So every Friday we're gonna do Juma for the homies, the Blood and Crip Muslim homies. Y'all tap in right here, man, because we're gonna be on, because you got Dr. Crip with Gospel Sunday. You know what I'm saying? with Sunday Gospel with Dr. Crip. So it's very much so that we tap in with the Juma service for the Muslim homies. So that make us complete, man. And I appreciate that, right. Mouse. Good looking that you tap it in with us like that, bro. Is there any people you want to shout out to? And before you get off, do another one of your where how you get down in the Juma service after you give your shout outs to people and stuff like that. Anybody you want to say what's up to, anybody that's listening, anything you got to say to people that's you need to get off your chest right now. Go ahead and get it off.
First of all, I don't have anything on my chest. I'm living a carefree life right now. I'm at peace, brother. I'm trying to tell you, man. I don't really worry about too much. I'm not in conflict.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
But what I would like to do, like I say, I'd like to give all the Muslim brothers a shout out, man. This is the Deen campaign, man. The Muslim is considered the last line of defense for humanity, but I know that
you have 60 seconds remaining.
We kind of like low on the totem pole out here, man, and we need to rejuvenate our community. We need to start coming together more, just like we were talking about this Kendrick Lamar concert. We need more of that. We need more of that black unity to be able to spread us to other nationalities and be received and welcome, in opposed to them like they don't really mess with blacks and all. We want to change the narrative on that. So I pray to Allah that He guide everybody and continue to guide humanity and all of the brothers out there that's going through the struggles still, going through the sickness, that He continue to guide y'all and make right your affairs, not just y'all, but me as well. I'm speaking for myself as well. I pray that Allah continues to strengthen our hearts and guide us in the right direction.
Yeah. And hopefully he'll call back where I can get him to close it out with a prayer. Because I know that's one of the things that they do, just like Sunday service. But this is Dr. Crip, man. That was Mouse from Athens Park calling in from prison, man, and wanted to give a shout out to all the Muslim Crips and Bloods out there that may be paying attention and to tap in, to check in, and he gonna be running his Juma service, through here, on Fridays, man. So if you want to hear something positive, you're a Muslim Crip, you're a Muslim Blood, or you're just a Muslim, period, you tap in here, man, for your Friday night service, man, with Dr. Crip and Mouse, and get that good service, man. But other than that, hopefully he can call back. I would love for him to call back and he can close it out with a prayer. He hasn't called back yet. Everything that he said, man, is on point, working with kids, trying to change the attitude of kids, trying to change the attitude of people that's going down the wrong path. That's the only thing we could do right now. I mean, if you can't add nothing to the plate of positivity and peace, you don't need to eat off this plate. Don't try to steal our food. This food is for people that's trying to eat, that's trying to bring people together, that's trying to make a change in the community. That's the only thing we could do. We can't do nothing else but try to make a change. So I was hoping that he would have called back by now. Maybe he won't be able to make it in time. But yeah, man, this is Dr. Crip, man. And this was a good show. RW, Westside Life, Western Avenue, Queen XC, one move away, 4 Ring, 8P. I hope I'm saying that right. I didn't want to I don't want to try to diss you or nothing like that, man. I'm hoping it's all good. I'm hoping that that's 4-8 gangsters or something like that, you know. And I get it right, you know, because sometimes I can't. It goes over my head the way people spell stuff, you know, and the way they want it said when with the spelling. But yeah, man, this is Dr. Crip, man. Please like, subscribe, share. We'll be back Friday again with Mouse, you know, for show at 6:30. With Friday night Juma service, a word with Friday night Juma. And we're gonna have some more of that good gospel Sunday. So yeah, man, we trying to make a full circle, man. We trying to bring everything together 360 degrees. If you're out there with the peace movement, stay focused, stay prayed up. You know, don't get discouraged out here with the youth, because we know they're gonna send us through the ringer. You know, they smarter than what we think. You know, then they paying attention to what we doing. You know, they paying attention to what they seeing, and they trying to mimic what they see and what they hear. So it's up to this older bracket to try to put that out there. Like, look, man, this blood and Crip thing is over with. Let's end it. No more in 24. We don't need nobody else. Because one day people going to see that, hey, man, look, all these dudes is together now. It ain't going to change the fact all the people that's laying in the graves in the dirt. But hopefully the people that's still above the dirt, we can come together to try to prevent the next generation from going into the dirt. That's the only thing we could do. So this is Dr. Crip, man. You know, we'll be here tomorrow again, you know, Saturday. I don't know. We're going to have something for Saturday. Maybe we could do some call-ins or something like that. But this is Dr. Crip, man. Thank you for stopping by, man. Please like, subscribe, and share, and let everybody know. No more in 24. And we ending the sickness over here. No more GAMD, gang addiction, mental disorder. This Dr. Crip, man. We out. Shout out to all the Bloods and Crips that's Muslim. Mouse gonna holler at y'all. We out.